Ever been betrayed by your best friend and your husband at the same time? This isn't just a story, it's revenge served ice cold, and you'll want to watch till the very end. Let's begin. She was my best friend for 12 years. We laughed. We cried, we raised each other.So when she hugged me at my baby's shower, whispered, "You're going to be an amazing mom." I didn't know she was sleeping with my husband the entire time, but when I found out, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I plotted. Her name was Sasha. She'd been my best friend since we were 16. We shared clothes, secrets, heartbreaks, everything. She was the first person I told when I got my first period. The first to know when I lost my virginity. The one who helped me plan my wedding, and when I got pregnant, she cried happy tears. Helped throw the baby shower. Rubbed my swollen feet. Said I was the sister she never had. I believed every word, because back then, I didn't know she was having an affair with my husband, while pretending to be my maid of honor. His name was Ethan. Charming. Smart. Good with words. He kissed my forehead when I had morning sickness. Told me I was glowing. Took bump photos like a proud dad-to-be, but late at night, while I was passed out from exhaustion. He'd be texting her, calling her, meeting her. The first time I suspected anything, it was stupid, almost laughable. Sasha showed up wearing a bracelet I'd never seen before. "Oh, this," she said. "Got it online. Some cheap boutique." She was lying. I knew because I bought that bracelet for Ethan's birthday. He said he'd lost it. But now it was on her wrist. I didn't explode. I smiled, pretended I believed her, and that's the moment I switched, because I knew. And now, I was going to make them both regret ever betraying me after the bracelet incident. I started looking closer. I wasn't paranoid. I was aware now, and awareness is a weapon. First, I checked Ethan's old phone, the one he gave up when he upgraded. Most people forget, factory resets don't always erase everything. I recovered a few deleted images. Nothing crazy. Just a hotel room selfie with a wine glass. His wedding ring on the table. Timestamped from 3 weeks after our anniversary. I matched that date with Sasha's story about a solo wellness weekend. Yeah. Wellness, alright. Then I logged into our phone carrier account. A single search confirmed everything. 540 messages. 47 calls. All to one number, Sasha, mostly between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. while I was asleep in the next room. Still, I didn't confront him, not yet, because I didn't want revenge built on rage. I wanted revenge built on facts.So I played dumb, laughed at Sasha's jokes. Let Ethan rub my shoulders. Even let him kiss me like nothing had changed. I began journaling every little interaction between them. Dates, times, excuses, voicemails, because if I was going to burn their lives down, I'd need fuel. And I was stacking barrels. Then came the final confirmation point. One afternoon, while folding laundry, I heard Ethan in the shower. His phone lit up. "Sasha, same time tonight? I need you." I didn't open it. I just took a photo. That message was going in the folder, and that folder was going straight to my lawyer. The day after I saw Sasha's "I need you" text, I made an appointment with a divorce attorney. Not just any attorney, one recommended by 3 different women I knew who walked away with the house, the car, and his dignity. Her name was Tasha Green, straight shooter. Zero fluff. Wore all black and red lipstick like she was walking into war every day. I told her everything. She didn't flinch. Didn't pity me. She smiled. "We've got texts, timestamps, emotional damage while pregnant. This is good." "Good?" I asked. She leaned in. "Good for you. Bad for them." Tasha gave me a checklist. Start recording every conversation at home. Screenshot every text and email. Quietly move half of the joint savings to a separate account in your name. Freeze his ability to sell or transfer any marital assets. Do not move out. That makes you look unstable. Keep smiling. Check. 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 Back at home, I started baiting the trap. "Hey babe," I said one night, rubbing my belly, "I was thinking we should write up a will. You know, in case something happens. For the baby." He blinked. "Yeah, sure." I smiled. "Let's make sure everything's fair." He had no idea he was signing documents that made my rights ironclad if he left. Then I did the hardest thing of all. I invited Sasha over, movie night. Just us girls. I said cheerfully. She brought wine. Wore my favorite lipstick. Even brought a stupid baby gift. We laughed. Watched half a rom-com, and the whole time, my nanny cam was rolling. In full view of her flirting with my husband when he came home, her brushing his arm. Him smiling and me smiling back, because I had everything I needed. It was my baby shower, part 2, the family and friends version. Bigger venue. More people. More fake smiles. Sasha helped plan it, of course. She picked the menu, chose the cake, and even made a memory board with childhood photos of me and Ethan. What she didn't know, I added my own photo. One tiny printout, dead center of the board. A screenshot from Ethan's phone. That, I need you face blowing a kiss, message, in full color. I made it look like a glitch, small, subtle, but clear enough for anyone looking closely. It took 45 minutes before someone noticed. My cousin Rachel leaned in, squinted, and whispered, what is that? I shrugged. Weird, right? But I said it loud enough for the circle around us to hear, and like wildfire, whispers spread. I watched from across the room as Sasha froze, staring at the board. I watched Ethan glance at her. And then at me, and I watched the look in his eyes change from confusion to fear. Perfect point. 2 days later, I found out my suspicions were right. Someone else knew. Ethan's coworker, Mike, messaged me from a burner account. I tried to warn him, but he wouldn't listen. She's been around. Office rumors started months ago. Everyone joked about the work-wife thing, and attached a photo of Sasha and Ethan at a bar. Not taken by me. Taken by a bartender, apparently another. File for the folder. That night, Ethan tried to get romantic. He lit candles. Ordered food. Rubbed my shoulders like everything was normal. I've been thinking, he said. Once the baby comes, let's do a trip. Just us. I looked at him. Smiled. Sounds perfect. Because he had no idea that while he was planning a vacation, I was planning his funeral, legally, socially, emotionally, and the next phase was public. Sasha worked at a trendy PR firm, all glass walls and fake smiles. She bragged constantly about her personal brand, her boss energy, and how reputation is everything. So I sent her a little gift. A plain white envelope. No return address. Delivered straight to her office desk. Inside, a printout of every message she'd sent Ethan, the hotel receipts, the bar photo, the nanny cam stills, the one where she touches his chest in my living room, and one handwritten note, smile. For HR. By noon, the office group chat was exploding. I didn't need to be there to know. A mutual friend still worked in her building, and she sent me live updates. Girl. She ran to the bathroom. 2 girls just walked by whispering about her. Someone printed the photo and taped it to the break room fridge. By 3:00 p.m., Sasha had locked her social media accounts. By 5 p.m., she was on indefinite leave. By 7 p.m., she was at my house. She banged on the door. Cried. Screamed, how could you do this to me? I opened the door just enough to meet her eyes. I didn't cheat on my best friend's husband. She froze, her mascara was running. Hair wild. Voice shaking. I made a mistake, she whispered. I nodded slowly. And now it's your identity. Then, I shut the door. Meanwhile, Ethan's downfall was next, and it started with an email. I didn't send it from my account. I used a burner. Attached the evidence. And sent it straight to his company's ethics board. Title, thought you should know. Who represents your brand? 2 days after I sent the email, Ethan's office called an emergency team meeting. I wasn't there, but I didn't need to be. One of his colleagues, let's call her Jenna, was in that room. She messaged me later. He turned purple. His voice cracked. First he denied it. Then he blamed you. Then the VP told him to pack up and leave the building while they conduct an internal investigation. But the best part? They confiscated his work laptop on the spot, and guess what was still saved in his download folder? A folder labeled Sasha, skull skull skull. When Ethan came home that evening, I was already ready, dinner on the table. Soft music. Everything peaceful. On the outside. He slammed the door. Did you seriously send crap to my job? I stood up. Calm. Collected. Your choices sent crap to your job. I just hit send. That made him snap. He started yelling. Throwing blame. You're ruining everything. I could lose my promotion. This is slander. I calmly picked up my phone and started recording. His voice got louder, angrier, sloppier, and when he knocked a chair over, I walked out of frame and said, loudly, this is why I'm filing for full custody. He froze. Later that night, I uploaded the video to my secure cloud folder, sent a copy to my lawyer, and labeled it Custody Evidence, Emotional Instability, Exhibit A. The very next morning, I served him divorce papers. At breakfast. While he was eating eggs. He opened the envelope, read the first line, and went pale. Wait, irreconcilable differences? You said we could fix this. I didn't answer. I just sipped my tea, because this wasn't his story anymore. It was mine. Ethan was always charming. Smooth talker. Made people believe he was the good guy. So, of course, the moment I served divorce papers, he started calling everyone we knew his mom. Our mutual friends. Even old coworkers. She's emotional. She's making stuff up. I'm trying to fix the marriage. She's just being vindictive. And for a minute, it almost worked. I got 2 texts from distant friends. Is it true you're divorcing Ethan just because of messages? Wow, you're not even giving him a second chance? But I didn't reply. Instead, I did something better. I posted a photo. One single post, just a close-up of my baby bump. My hand resting on it. The caption, "He kissed this belly every night." While texting my best friend, "I need you face blowing a kiss." I don't need people who defend that. I need peace. No tags. No names. No drama, just truth. And guess what? It went viral among our people. Among his coworkers. Even among his own family. His aunt commented, "Wait. What?" His cousin DM'd me, "I feel sick. I'm so sorry. I didn't know." His mother, she texted me directly, "I raised a better man than this. Apparently, I was wrong. You don't owe him a thing." Collision, collision, collision. Meanwhile, Sasha, quiet since the office scandal, tried to crawl back into the picture. She showed up at my OBGYN appointment, sat in the waiting room, holding a coffee. When I came out, she rushed toward me. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I was confused. He made me feel special. You don't understand what I was going through." I raised my hand. "You slept with the father of my child while holding my baby registry. That's not confusion. That's cruelty." Then I looked her dead in the eye and said, "And cruelty has consequences." She started crying. People in the waiting room turned.So. I walked away, and she sat there, coffee shaking in her hand, realizing she would never get to rewrite the story. Court day, not for the divorce, not yet. This was the temporary custody hearing. Ethan showed up smug. New suit. Clean shave. Like he thought charm could erase betrayal. He brought his lawyer, a local guy with a plastic smile. Me? I had Tasha Green, and a flash drive. When the judge asked why I was seeking full custody, Tasha stood up. "Your Honor, we have video evidence of the defendant exhibiting emotional instability, verbal aggression, and reckless behavior, while the plaintiff was 7 months pregnant." The judge raised an eyebrow. Tasha handed over the flash drive. The screen lit up. There he was, yelling, slamming the chair, cursing, while I stood calm, documenting every second, and at the end, you could hear my voice say, "This is why I'm filing for full custody." Silence in the courtroom. Ethan's lawyer leaned over and whispered something. Ethan's face turned red. Then gray. He knew this wasn't a fight anymore, this was a burial. Outside the courtroom, Tasha smirked. One down. That same week, Ethan's company made it official. He was terminated. Not just for the affair, but for misusing corporate resources. Turns out, those hotel nights, charged to his work expense card, clown face. And just when I thought the week couldn't get any wilder, I got a letter. Hand delivered. No return address. Inside, a short note. "You don't know me, but I'm Ethan's ex before you. He cheated on me with Sasha too. He's been this way for years. If you ever need a witness, I'm in." Signed, Natalie. Attached a photo of her and Sasha, from 5 years ago, arm in arm. Natalie and I met for coffee. She wore sunglasses and a hoodie like she was undercover. But her energy? Ice cold. We sat across from each other. She didn't waste time. I was with Ethan for almost 3 years. We were engaged. Then he started disappearing. Blamed work stress. Guess who he was sneaking off with? I didn't breathe. Sasha. My mouth dropped. "She's been around that long?" Natalie nodded. "She was always the side piece. She loved being second. Said it made her feel untouchable. Like she was the one he couldn't resist." I wanted to throw up. "And she's done this before. To other women. Friends. Coworkers. She's addicted to being someone's secret." Suddenly, it all made sense. The way Sasha always said, "I'm not the settling down type." The way she giggled when guys at bars flirted, even when she said she was taken. She wasn't looking for love, she was looking for leverage. Natalie handed me a manila folder. "This is all I've got. Texts. Photos. One of her old DMs bragging about breaking up another couple. Use it. Burn them. I'm rooting for you." And with that, she was gone. Meanwhile, back in suburbia, Ethan was trying to stay low profile. Too bad my post had legs. Neighbors started whispering. The moms at school pickup no longer waved. Our favorite barista at the coffee shop stopped spelling his name right. On purpose. Evan? No, it's Ethan. Oh. Right. Sorry. Skull. But I wasn't done. I wanted him to feel what I felt. Lonely. Exposed. Unwelcome.So. I put the final phase into play. I created a fake email account and sent one message to Sasha. "Ethan told me everything. Meet me behind the bar. Tonight. 10 p.m. Come alone. She did, but Ethan never showed up. Instead, I did. I parked across the street and watched her pace for 45 minutes. Alone. I in heels. I in the cold, waiting for a man who ghosted her just like she helped ghost me. Poetic, isn't it? The community center was packed. It was Ethan's niece's birthday, and despite everything, his family still invited me. Out of respect. And because, deep down, they knew I never lied. I walked in with my bumps showing, my head high, and my baby shower glow replaced by battle-born calm. Sasha was there too. Of course, tight dress. Fake smile. Acting like she was part of the family. Like she hadn't detonated it. She spotted me. Her eyes narrowed, but I smiled. Because today, I wasn't here to fight. I was here to let her destroy herself. Halfway through the party, the kids gathered for cake. That's when Ethan's cousin's wife, bless her soul, approached Sasha casually. So? How long were you and Ethan a thing before he cheated on his pregnant wife? Everyone around went silent. Sasha blinked. Laughed nervously. What? Oh, come on, the woman said louder. You posted that hotel mirror selfie back in April. You forgot to crop out his watch. Boom, Sasha cracked. I didn't steal him, she shouted. They were already broken. She was cold. Controlling. The music stopped. Ethan's mother, who'd been holding a toddler, turned and said, loud and clear, no, sweetie. The only thing cold here is your heart. Sasha dropped her glass and stormed out. The silence afterward, delicious. 3 days later. Family court. Ethan came in with his reputation unraveling, and just when he thought he could still charm the judge, Natalie walked in heels. Holding the folder she'd given me. Filed it directly with the clerk. Ethan's lawyer scrambled. This witness wasn't on the list. The judge raised an eyebrow. Well, she is now. And as Natalie took the stand, she described a pattern of manipulation, serial cheating, and psychological gaslighting, not just from Ethan, but from Sasha, who had once tried to seduce Natalie's own brother during a breakup. It painted a picture, and the judge was watching closely. That night, I tucked the court paperwork into a drawer. Tasha smiled. You just won full custody and primary residence. Without blinking. And that's when I knew I wasn't just surviving this. I was setting the standard for my child. Ethan showed up at my door. Unannounced. At night, wearing a hoodie, eyes red, holding an envelope. I didn't open the door all the way. What do you want? He swallowed hard. Voice shaking. I just want to talk. Too late for that. Please. I lost everything. My job. My family barely speaks to me. I can't even walk into a grocery store without someone staring. You win, okay? I laughed, not because it was funny, but because he still thought this was about winning. You thought this was a game, I said. I was surviving. While you were sneaking off with my best friend. He took a step closer. I'm still the father of your child. I stared at him. Ice cold. You're a cautionary tale. That's what you are. And then I shut the door. 2 days later, Sasha had a meltdown at a local bar. Someone posted the video to Instagram. She was screaming into her phone on the sidewalk. I ruined my life for him. And he can't even text back? The caption, girl cheated with her bestie's man and now she's shocked he ghosted her. Skull. It hit 100K views by morning. Every comment was brutal. She's the villain in her own movie and still confused. Don't play side chick and expect main character energy. This is karma on high volume. Meanwhile, I started rebuilding. I found a small rental home, cozy, bright, and peaceful, started decorating the nursery. Tasha connected me with a local women's empowerment group. I joined. Told part of my story, anonymously. Within a week, I had 3 job offers from women who said anyone that calm under pressure belongs on my team. Funny how that works. I wasn't a victim anymore. I was the lesson. It was a quiet morning when the contractions started. No drama. No panic. Just deep breaths and soft music as I packed my bag. My neighbor drove me to the hospital. My mom met me. There, not Ethan. Not Sasha, just the people who never lied to me. 12 hours later, I held my daughter in my arms, tiny, warm, perfect. Everything they tried to destroy was now breathing in my arms. She opened her eyes, and I whispered, you'll never beg for love. Not while I'm breathing. Later that night, a nurse walked in with a small white envelope. Someone dropped this off at the front desk. No name. Inside? A letter, from Sasha. I know I have no right to say anything, but I'm saying it anyway. He promised me the world. Said you were cold. Controlling. Distant. He lied. I watched him delete your name from his phone like it meant nothing. That should have been my first clue, but I didn't walk away. I walked deeper, and now? I have nothing. No job. No friends. No reputation. And he won't even answer my texts. You were the strong one all along. You were the prize, and I was just noise. I hope she grows up strong like you. I'm sorry. I really am. No signature, just the final proof. She lost. 3 days later, Ethan tried to visit. He brought flowers. A teddy bear. The nurse asked, do you want to allow him in? I said no. He left when I needed him. He doesn't get to show up for the photo. My daughter's birth certificate listed me as sole guardian. The father line? Left blank. 2 weeks after I came home with the baby, I got a letter in the mail. Family court summons. Ethan was suing for partial custody. He claimed I was emotionally retaliating and weaponizing access to the child. Imagine that. He abandoned me while pregnant. Slept with my best friend. Got fired, and now, he wanted shared weekends and decision-making power. My lawyer laughed. Let him try. At the hearing, he walked in with a new lawyer, some greasy, loud guy who wore a checkered tie and called me vindictive 3 times in 10 minutes. We let him talk, then Tasha stood up. Your Honor, I've submitted documentation proving verbal abuse, abandonment during pregnancy, workplace misconduct, and psychiatric concerns from previous relationships. My client has a stable job, full support network, and no criminal record. The defendant, on the other hand, has 5 witnesses prepared to testify that he is emotionally unstable and manipulative. The judge didn't blink. Request denied. Custody remains with the mother. Visitation suspended until further psychological evaluation. Ethan cursed under his breath. I smiled for the first time in court. That same night, I got a call from an unknown number. I answered. This is going to sound weird. I'm Sasha's older sister. She doesn't know I'm calling you. But I wanted to say thank you. I blinked. For what? For surviving her. She's always left destruction. Friends. Co-workers. Even our own family. You're not the first. But I think you might be the last. Because this time, everyone saw it. She told me Sasha had moved out of town. Deleted all her socials. Got fired from another job and was now living with their parents. I hung up the phone and felt something shift. I wasn't afraid of being seen anymore. So I did it. I opened my laptop. Wrote everything, the story, the affair, the betrayal, the birth, posted it on a forum for women. Title, he cheated while I was pregnant, so I took everything but his last name. Within 24 hours, it hit 200,000 views. Women messaged me from around the world. I lived this. You gave me strength. I wish I had fought back the way you did. One even said, you helped me pack my bags and walk away. Today. Fire. Coming in Chapter 14, she lands a major opportunity she never expected. Ethan's downward spiral goes public and she gets a surprise message from his mother. The post kept spreading. First, it was just forums. Then Instagram pages picked it up. Reddit threads. TikTok narrations. A viral tweet said, she served revenge colder than hospital ice chips. Fire. Then came the email, from a producer at a popular women's podcast. We'd love to have you share your story. You don't have to name names. But your courage deserves a mic. I was stunned. I'd been silenced for so long. That hearing someone invite me to speak felt surreal. I said yes. On the podcast, I told it all, how I found out. How I stayed quiet and gathered proof. How I built my case like a prosecutor. I didn't cry. I didn't rant. I told the truth. At the end, the host said, to every woman listening, you don't have to stay where you're betrayed. You can burn the bridge and walk away in heels. The episode hit 1 million plays in a week. Meanwhile, Ethan was unraveling. I didn't follow him. But others sent me updates. He'd tried applying for jobs in other cities. But the HR background checks flagged his ethics investigation. He started driving Uber part-time, then someone recognized him and posted this, my Uber driver told me. I reminded him of someone, then tried to explain how his ex-wife ruined his life. Sir, you cheated on your pregnant wife. Shut up and drive. Skull. Then, out of nowhere, a message, from Ethan's mother, I owe you an apology. I defended him longer than I should have. But after what I saw, how you held your head high while he unraveled. I just want to say, If you'll allow me, I'd still love to be part of the baby's life. My breath caught, because I didn't expect that, but she meant it. And I could see in her eyes at the next visit. She wasn't blind anymore. She held my daughter gently and whispered, "I'm so sorry your father didn't deserve you. But I will do better." And that meant everything. 6 months later. My daughter was giggling in her crib. Sunlight spilling across the floor. Peace. Real peace. And on my desk, a contract from a publisher. After the podcast, blogs and media outlets started asking for more. One editor messaged me, "Would you ever write a book? I think thousands of women would find healing in your story." At first, I laughed out. I was just a woman who'd been cheated on, but then I looked at what I'd done, built a legal case, protected my child, reclaimed my voice, helped other women leave toxic situations. So I said yes. The book was titled, "Let Them Regret You Quietly." It became a bestseller in 6 weeks, and then, as always, Ethan came crawling back, this time, via email. "I know I messed up. But I still love you. Let's rebuild. For our daughter." I didn't reply. He tried calling. Left a voicemail sobbing, "I miss us. I miss the family we could have had." I forwarded the message to my attorney. He tried showing up at my book signing. Security escorted him out. He screamed as they pulled him away, "She's lying. She's using my name for fame." Funny thing, I never used his name, not once, and yet, everyone still knew. And Sasha? I thought I'd never hear from her again, until one day, while scrolling TikTok, I saw her INA sponsored ad for an online apology workshop. "Have you ever been the villain in someone else's story?" she said, smiling uncomfortably. I was. And now I'm learning to heal from it. Comments were brutal. "Girl, you didn't make a mistake. You were a mistress with a plan. You're not sorry. You're unemployed." She healed. "You just got exposed." Meanwhile, I was building something real. A career. A following. A life. My daughter grew up surrounded by love, strength, and truth, and every time she reached for my hand, I knew I gave her more than safety. I gave her an example, not of a woman who got broken, but of a woman who built herself back better. She was betrayed by her best friend and her husband while pregnant. But instead of breaking, she built an empire. If you felt that, hit like. Share this with someone who needs it, and follow for more powerful stories like this. Revenge doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes, it's just success in silence.